Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Plays. We're here with the Innsmouth Case, which is a new game. It's on Steam, and full disclosure, I did receive my copy for free. Now, Innsmouth is a famous town from HP Lovercraft's stories, better known for Cthulhu and things like that. So obviously it's going to be horror-oriented, and we're going to get into it. Boston, Massachusetts, my office. We are fans of the strange world of Innsmouth, but we recognize the problematic beliefs of HP Lovercraft. This game is produced by a group of people who believe in inclusion and equality. Yeah, so in case you're wondering what that's all about, HP Lovercraft was a hardcore racist. Really hardcore. And he was a huge Edgar Allan Poe fanboy. Except for that H.P. Lovecraft believed in the horror of the outside, and Edgar Allan Poe is all about the horror of the within. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about H.P. Lovecraft because, yeah, he was a huge, huge racist. But that's okay. We're still going to play the game. I think that there is a case to be made that sometimes the art that people create is not the same as who they are. For instance, one of my favorite books is Ender's Game, and Orson Scott Card has some really kind of awful LGBTQI beliefs. He's very hard, on that. He doesn't like gay people, basically. But I still love the book, and funnily enough, the book's actually quite inclusive and stuff. So I don't know. I think there is space to separate people's beliefs from their fiction, as long as we don't dig too deeply into the Cthulhu mythos, because a lot of the monsters and stuff can end up being like stand-ins for, yeah, some racist stuff. But we're gonna just play the game. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking about this now, and we're gonna play the game. The last rays of sunshine filter through the blinds of your empty office. The pathetic stench of whiskey, cold cigarette smoke, and canned ravioli fills the air. The screeching tires and constant beeping of car horns out there on the street tell you that it's gone 8 p.m. People are on their way home, finishing their day. You should join them. Oh, we've got a choice already. We're already into some gameplay. Let's stay at our desk. My day was long and frustrating. You're running out of ideas on how to handle the calls of people who want money from you. A cold shiver runs down your spine as you flick through a pile of unpaid bills. On the top of the pile is a reminder from your landlady. You're 2 months behind on the rent. Okay. Next one is a 3-figure invoice from a games company for in-app purchases. Get wrecked. You tried to claim them as business expenses in your last investigation, but somehow your client refused to pay. Then there's a second reminder from your internet provider threatening to cut you off your connection. You might take legal action because without the internet, you can't work or live. Right. I really need more in-app purchases. Let's have a cigarette. You're toying with the idea of a cigarette when you catch a glimpse of the unpaid bill from your doctor. Maybe you don't need to smoke after all. You breathe a deep sigh. It may not have been a successful day, but at least it's over. You were looking forward to a classic Friday night, watching old mystery series at home in sweatpants and getting drunk on cheap booze. I guess I am. Right, since the early afternoon, you've been staring at the foreboding bottle of liquor at the other end of the room. Up until now, a vague sense of professionalism has kept you from drinking yourself into oblivion. Now nothing stands in the way. Oh! There's a knock at the door. Alright, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. The unknown guest pauses, then in a breathy and melodic tone, you hear a woman utter, hello? Or no, she says, hello? Your insides cramp. You suddenly realize that you haven't cleaned your office at all this year. I invite her in. I'm not ashamed. She looks like that. Rad. By the light of the desk lamp, you now see more than a silhouette. A breathtaking woman lights up your office. No doubt older than 40, maybe even 50, hard to say. Clad in black, skin-tight dress, culminating in, I don't know how to say it. Décolleté? I don't know. That seems to defy the laws of gravity. Alright. I assume that's this thing. A smoky eyeshadow as dark as algae washed ashore. Blonde, coiffed, wavy hair under a dark beret. That's definitely her there. The faint light of the setting sun catches in the strands of her hair, and you wonder how many hands this woman must have turned... Oh, hands. Heads! Wow, I am really good at reading today. I am the best at reading. Completely different from my usual customers, nervous bankers with sweat stains under their armpits convinced their wives of something going with the mailman. Right, so I'm a private investigator. I like this line. Every move she makes is calculated grace. Smooth as an eel, she walks towards you and sits down on the corner of the desk. I am enjoying the writing. This is cool, and the music is suitable to the tone. I like the art style here. I like that there's some animation to look at. It's all very cool. Determined, she walks towards you and sits down on the corner of your desk, which is a little bold, which makes me blush. Which is a little bold. But as a professional, you're not giving anything away. She seems to want to play the seductive damsel in distress. The quiet, amused voice of your subconscious is pleased that the stranger may be sharing your enthusiasm for film noir cliches. Excellent. A far louder voice is surprised that this woman seems to think that a sexy pose and revealing clothes could win you over. And both voices agree that they don't like being manipulated. Man, I am insane already. I've got voices arguing in my head. You don't think that the stranger perched on your table is trying to recover from a hard-working day as a lingerie model, and therefore you see no logical reason for her behavior. My name is Dahlia Marsh. I'm looking for a private investigator. I was told you're one of the best. Well, I am. Kiss her hand. You've come to the right place, lady. What can I do for you? You sit back in your chair and fold your hands over your stomach. The woman seems a little irritated that her provocative behavior seems to have had no effect on you. Yeah, I'm enjoying just like keeping her at arm's length. It's pretty funny. She moves from the edge of the desk and sits down on the chair opposite. Yes, I. As she continues to speak, the smoky seductiveness creeps back into her voice. My name is Dahlia. Dahlia, I need your help. Ask for more details. It's about my daughter, Tabitha. She has disappeared. You're pulling out a paper and a pencil. This is going to be a walk in the park. A walk in the kidnapped kids park. What? That is so dark. Well, when did you last see her and where? The one puts on a fake smile. We live in Innsmouth. It's a small port town north of Arkham. This is a bit vague. What was your child doing when you last saw her? What hobbies does she have? Kid stuff. They just run around and play with their yo-yos. That sort of thing. Right. Yeah, what does she look like? She's 8 and she's sweet. She's missing without a trace since last week. None of her schoolmates have seen her and no one knows where she might have gone. Look, this is my little munchkin. What the hell? Right. I don't know what the music thing was. A bit of stomach acid and the last bite of lunch slowly but surely make their way up into the back of your mouth. Swallow it. Yeah. And involuntarily pull a face. Dahlia continues to look at you hopefully. She obviously didn't notice your little mishap. Why was I about to vomit? I'm so desperate. Her eyes lock with yours. Don't you think there's something strange about your child? Ask more questions about the case. Yeah, does she have any friends? What's up? No, you're about to ask if the girl at least had imaginary friends, but you hold back. Wow, rude. Yo-yos. Ring ring, can you hear that? It's the 90s calling, and they want their outdated toys back. Normally you would find this quite attractive, but the case of a missing girl beckons, and you're utterly unconvinced by the way this woman pretends to be a mother. Confront her. Yeah. You have a nose for this sort of thing. That's why you became a private investigator. Or, to be more precise, that's why you took an online detective course that for a one-off fee provided the necessary qualification. Yeah, let's take her to task. Yeah. You simply can't help questioning further. Her story simply doesn't wash, although it's exactly what your instructor warned you about. Dahlia's mouth becomes even more pinched, something you didn't think was possible. Wow, she looks really angry. I resent this insolence. Of course she says, what do you take me for? The only sound in the room is the roar of the rush hour traffic creeping in through the window. Dahlia's face remains motionless, icy, and you have neither evidence nor arguments to back up your suspicions. She still seems angry, but she also seems desperate and dependent on your services. It's your choice. Let's ask more questions. Yeah. My little one can't swim well enough for that yet. Wait, what? That's weird. Let her talk. Her father was a fisherman. Like most in the village, a few years ago, he went out to sea but never returned. His boat was washed ashore weeks later. His colleagues told me that he had finally followed the call of the waves. Alright. Oh, somehow I always knew that moment would come. I think my husband is in a better place now, and at some point I'll join him. Judging by her behavior and clothes, you never would have taken her to be a fisherman's wife. Yeah. I work in Innsmouth's tourism department. Yeah. Poison-soaked stabby daggers. Whoa! That is exactly what I'm talking about, you yellow cuisine, with your right. Has anyone ever told you that you're a colossal pain in the ass? It wasn't meant to be. You clear your throat embarrassed. You don't even remember what you're about to say. I guess I have no further questions. No doubt she would like to take a look at your notebook. Your pen hovers over the notes you've taken. Missing daughter, dodgy lady. That's it. You've worked with less. Fine. I'll accept the case. Nothing unusual. The conventional little girl runs away from home after reading her first romance novel. Usually they hide at the edge of the forest or in a library. Should be pretty straightforward. Before you can say anything, she drops a photo of the child and roll of bills on your desk for your expenses. You nod slowly, trying not to drool down the front of your search. You haven't seen this much money in ages. Sorry, I just got this, like, terrible feeling of deja vu. I feel like I've played this game before, but then, like, I can't find it on my channel. So either I played it, yeah, either I played it before and didn't make a video, or I didn't, or it's just a similar game as before. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I'm just getting really weird deja vu from it, but that's fine. In addition, you find some rather old-fashioned articles that praise the coastal town as a secret holiday destination. The best fish, untouched beach promenade, authentic fishing people are the recurring buzzwords. Right? She also wrote down her phone number on the child's photo. You take another look at the picture before you pack your things. Right? Seaside promenade. Great. Next morning, you travel by bus. Yep. Here we go. So we got to make quite a few decisions there. That's cool. I like it. I like it. Your journey begins at a busy bus station. There is supposed to be a bus line that departs from here to Innsmouth. Buses, you think to yourself, are not only an environmentally friendly means of transportation, they're also easy on your wallet. Sadly, the departure boards aren't much of a help. New York, Maine, Rhode Island, no trace of Innsmouth as a destination. Alright, I found a vending machine. No, I'm gonna ask for... Without letting go of a sandwich, the clean points to the abandoned counter in the dingiest corner that is a public bus station could be capable of. That anything that can be said has indeed been said. It's a bit early for Halloween preparations, but at least someone's made an effort. At the moment, nobody seems to be there. You press your face against the plastic window to peer at the room behind. Hello, hello, is anyone there? I have to go to Innsmouth. A bus ticket appears on the counter. Might the trip be free? That seems really weird. Yeah, sure. It goes without saying that you pay. Underneath the foggy glass window, hopefully they won't be stolen by the next passenger. You wouldn't be able to see him. It's just too dark. You're distracted for a few seconds, and suddenly there's some change on the counter. What's that in amongst the coins? A small golden fishing hook. How strange. Okay, well, what? There we go. In between the polished greyhounds and travelers saying goodbye and dropping tiredly into their seats, there's this kind of dumpster. Dumpster with windows and wheels. Nope, it's a bus. It emits a sulfur smell. Gross. So it smells like farts. You're not convinced how this thing is supposed to drive. In its vicinity, everything is noticeably quieter than at other bus stops. The people getting on show no sign of emotion. Nobody is trying to jump the queue here. Instead, the passengers move past the bus driver at a uniform speed. Right. The sign clearly says Innsmouth. No departure times, no stopovers, just Innsmouth. Weird. Oh. That's off-putting. You're standing on the stairs of the bus. Show your ticket. At least you can't make out a reaction. The lighting is poor and the shadow of his dusty driver's cap covers almost his entire face. Oh. Sulfur odor has increased. A queue has formed behind you, but no one is pushing or complaining. Right. You're surrounded by shabby two-seater benches, and some are already occupied. One traveler per row. Last bench is free. Looks like the upholstery is torn in some places, though, or has it been slit open? What? That's really weird. Ew. Why didn't you just sit down in one of the free rows? Here in the back, almost everything is occupied. Most of the passengers seem to have purposely sat down in the aisle seats, blocking off the window seats. Right. Yeah, sure, let's sit down with someone. You join one of the passengers in double seat. Since only one man was so considerate as to sit at the window, your options are limited anyway. No luggage. The hood of a gray jumper falls, pulled far onto his face. A man looks out onto the street as if something very important is happening there that requires his attention. Yeah, at least I'm being nice. Ugh. Why is his neck so weird? He turns away again. Alright, I'll go to the rear bench. You've always been the cool outsider. At least that's what you like to tell yourself, so you take the back row. The smell of sulfur rises into your nose again. This is really gross. Try to sit down carefully without tearing your clothes on the wire springs of the seat cushion. Suddenly a jolt. Can't balance and you're pressed into your seat by the most mysterious of all invisible forces. Gravity. The bus starts without any warning. A bunch of yellow paper is rolled across the dirty floor right in front of your feet. You pick it up, look at that, a newspaper, Innsmouth Illustrated, from April last year. Let's read the newspaper. C.G. Young, probably. Actually offers a lot of entertaining articles. All these features and listicles give the impression that at the end of this trip you'll find yourself in an adorable, up-and-coming tourist metropolis. A real insider tip. Now let's read some more. Yeah, I am bored to death. You find out that Innsmouth has a boardwalk and that even a beach bar was open last year. Finally, you discover the crossword puzzle, which turns out to be quite difficult. Quite a lot of fish-related terms. See you later, what? Yep, you've got that one. But you got stuck on making pastries, but with H, or toll road. And you throw the newspaper in the corner. Finally, your eyes close, and the rest of the ride you sleep peacefully. Okay, cool. In red, flaky letters, the journey continues rather bumpily along a narrow dirt road, littered with numerous potholes. Ooh. Yep, and they get ready. Curious look out through the side window. The bus passes by a huge, what is this, a scrapyard parking lot? Why would something like this be right here outside the city? You pass another wooden sign whose half-peeled writing advertises the Innsmouth Park and Ride area. Alright, that's weird. This is all just odd, man. And you join the monotonous line of locals stepping out of the bus as if in a daze. Almost walking in step, you all get closer to the exit. Turns out the windows of the bus were tinted. The other passengers shuffle off. Right, so we made it. No artist could have adequately captured the serenity and beauty of this place. That's how they avoid showing us anything. A clear blue sky lights up the town square, which is paved with bright limestone and surrounded by neo-colonial buildings reminiscent of 19th century New England. A fresh sea breeze, crying seagulls, and locals going about their business. Right. As you stretch your limbs and breathe in the clean air, you're suddenly startled by the water feature right in front of you. It's an enormous fish-like brass creature in an open jaw lined with shark-like fangs. Ooh. Gross. There appear to be human bodies squirming underneath its massive claws. Their faces are as contorted as yours is right now. How long have you been standing here? I have no idea. You start to scan the town square and notice more and more disturbing details. On every corner you spot ornamental statues and reliefs of fish. But these are not your classic harmless kind of fish. These are pagan symbols and grimaces of supernatural creatures from the darkest crevasses of the deep sea. Cool. All the locals appear to be watching me. Oh, okay. You suddenly start to think that the cries of the seagulls sound particularly human-like. Right, so we're actually going insane. Oh, what the hell is that? That's a, is that a, oh, that's the statue. Welcome to Innsmouth. Let's turn around. Alright, so we've got someone helping us visit. She seems very different to the boars you've met so far on the bus in the town. Her squealing shakes you out of your nightmarish panic. So good to have you here. I've noticed you're very taken by our local fountain. It was built in 1704 by, the founder of Innsmouth. The central figure was a present, and it was supposed to commemorate their travels together to Cairo. You can clearly see the Egyptian influences in Necrotus's work. Here and here. And here, and I'm sure you've already noticed this yourself. You look like someone who knows his way around art. You're still in shock. Who the hell are you? Small, plump person in a tasteless costume. Your rudeness doesn't seem to curb her enthusiasm in the slightest. My name is Muriel Pooping Place. I'm the director of the Parks Commission, chief tourism officer, and head of the welcoming committee. Ta-da! Right? A colorful painted sign. Welcome to Innsmouth. Muriel tiptoes over to her information stand and picks up a whole load of flyers and leaflets from the rickety display cases. She looks down at all the paper in her arms and briefly shrieks with laughter. Okay, well, this is rad. I'm really, really enjoying myself for sure. I like almost everything about this game so far. And I am definitely going to keep playing it. But let's go look at the description and see what the game has to say for itself. All right, the Innsmouth Case. The Innsmouth Case is a text-adventure game inspired by HP Lovercraft and the very first text-based adventure to combine horror and comedy in a fit and proper way. Yeah, so I was enjoying the comedy, and I was also enjoying the horror, so it was good. Oh, there's a demo! Nice! I love that. I love... that's like the new... If that's the new standard, you know, that's really cool. I like that the developers feel comfortable enough to let you play parts of the parts of the game to start with, and then if you like it, you go buy the rest. That's great. I love it. So the Innsmouth Case costs $13.19. Great. You get to make lots of choices. It says that there's quite a few endings, I think. I remember reading that in the little readout thing. 30 animated characters, solve the mystery, 27 possible endings. Yeah, 27 possible endings. This interactive book will captivate you with its perfect blend of offbeat humor and classic horror. Become part of a stirring story in the HP Lovercraft universe where every decision you make has a lasting effect on the story. Cool. Choose your own insanity adventure. Great. So, oh wow, filled with quirky humor, nice Lovecraftian references. I mean, it's not Lovecraftian references, it's just a Lovecraft story. A lot of choices and endings to discover. Personally would enjoy a bit more horror mixed in, no text backlog. Yeah, this is a very, very cool game. I like it a lot. I didn't quite get to the... I think the horror is in the reading. The actual descriptions of stuff were pretty gross. Let's have a look at Robot Pumpkin Games. This is our first game. What a great starting game to come out of the blocks with. First game, get into it and make like a really, really solid text-based adventure game with lots of choices and animations and music and just I love it. I love it. There should be more of these sort of things, some more like text-based but combining like music and sound and animations and things to bring books and things to life because people love it. The ability to make decisions. Gonna tell you something here. I have a lot of choose your own adventure books in my library, and I do have a library. I've got I think 12 bookshelves full of books. I like reading. It's fun. One of those shelves is just choose your own adventure or the Steve Jackson ones where you roll the dice and make the characters and stuff. I love being able to make choices. I like games where you get to make choices. So this is like right up my alley. Very cool. If you're into the same kind of stuff that I am, this making choices and stories and animation and good writing and stuff, then definitely check out the Innsmouth Case. Yeah, so I'm not going to go too much farther into it. If you want to check it out, there is a demo. You can click on the link in the description and go download the demo and check it out yourself. Other than that, you should pick it up, leave me a comment, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Class dismissed.